Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lee, and this is Lee Curiosity. If you're just getting started with 3D printing and you're looking for a good printer at an affordable price, the Flashforge AD5X might be one of the most interesting options available right now. This is the Flashforge AD5X, a high-speed CoreXY printer that comes with the IFS system, allowing you to print in up to 4 colors right out of the box, similar to what you get with the Bambu Lab A1 Combo. And that's a feature that's usually found on much more expensive setups. I've been using this printer for a while now, and in this video, I'll be sharing my honest experience. What I like, what I don't like, and whether it's actually worth your money if you're just getting started with 3D printing. I'll also show some print tests, including both single color and multicolor prints, so you can see exactly what kind of results you can expect and how it compares to other printers in this price range. So, is this the best budget multicolor 3D printer you can buy right now? Let's find out. When unboxing the printer, I was happy to see that it comes almost fully assembled right out of the box and is well protected by thick foam packaging. All you need to do is remove the foam, take out all the components, including the toolbox and accessories, then install the touchscreen, the IFS unit, and the filament guide tubes. The whole process is straightforward and shouldn't take more than a few minutes. The touchscreen is pre-mounted on the front of the printer. To install it, just remove the locking screws, lift the screen up, and slide it into the mounting slot on the top frame. While this setup is convenient, I would have preferred the touchscreen to come in a separate package. But functionally, it works just fine. Next is the IFS system, Flashforge's multicolor filament solution for the AD5X. It mounts onto a dedicated plate on top of the printer frame. Simply place it in position, make sure it's aligned, and connect the filament tubes to the extruder. The AD5X supports up to 4 filament spools mounted on one side, all feeding into the IFS module. To load filament, feed it into the bottom of the IFS until the system grabs it automatically. It can feel a bit awkward at first because the spool holder is spring-loaded, but once everything is set up, filament changes are easy. The IFS automatically cuts and retracts filament, making color changes quick and hassle-free. The final step before powering on is removing the shipping screws from the corners of the heated bed. Once those are out, the printer is ready to go. The Flashforge AD5X uses the same frame design as the older AD5M and AD5M Pro. It's an open frame printer which makes it very easy to access for everyday printing, maintenance, and troubleshooting. If something goes wrong, like a filament jam, a clogged nozzle, or a failed print, you can quickly reach the affected area without having to remove any panels or covers. This design is especially convenient if you frequently change filaments, make quick adjustments, or simply want to keep an eye on the printer while it's running. Flashforge also offers an optional enclosure kit for the AD5X. This can be particularly useful if you plan to print temperature-sensitive materials such as ABS or ASA, where stable temperatures and controlled airflow play an important role in achieving consistent print quality. You can find more information about the enclosure upgrade on Flashforge's official website. Personally, I mainly print with PLA, so the standard open frame setup has worked perfectly fine for me without any major issues.
The Flashforge AD5X comes with a 220 by 220 by 220 mm build volume, the same size we've already seen on the AD5 and the AD5M Pro. It can heat the nozzle up to 300 degrees Celsius and the bed up to 110 degrees. This means it should be able to handle most engineering-grade filaments like ABS, ASA, PETG, nylon, and even polycarbonate without much trouble. Flashforge also claims print speeds of up to 600 millimeters per second, with acceleration reaching 20,000 millimeters per second squared. Those numbers sound impressive on paper, but we'll need real-world testing to see how well the printer actually performs. The most interesting part, though, is that Flashforge says the AD5X can print 95 ATPU using its multicolor system. That's something you don't usually see in this category, and it definitely helps the AD5X stand out. The Flashforge AD5X uses a CoreXY system, where two motors work together to move the print head on both X and Y. This keeps the motion system light, so the printer can move faster with less vibration. After using it for a while, I found that the AD5X prints noticeably faster and is also quieter compared to many other printers. The crossed belt design helps keep everything stable and compact. For the Z-axis, the AD5X uses 3 belt-driven lead screws, which helps keep the bed stable and layer height consistent, especially on taller prints and long print sessions. The AD5X uses a direct drive extruder with a quick change 0.4mm brass nozzle. The front cover is magnetic, so it is easy to remove for maintenance. Flashforge also sells optional nozzles in 0.24, 0.4, 0.6, and 0.8mm sizes. With a maximum temperature of 280 degrees Celsius, the hot end is capable of printing most common filament types. Cooling is handled by a front-mounted fan. It provides balanced airflow around the nozzle. This helps keep layers smooth and details crisp. The menu system on the Flashforge AD5X follows the same user-friendly design as the Adventurer series. It uses a 4.3-inch touchscreen with a simple and intuitive interface. Even for beginners, it is easy to navigate. You can quickly access basic functions like printer calibration, filament loading, and filament unloading. One thing to note is that the screen uses a resistive touchscreen. Because of that, it is not very responsive when using your finger. I personally use a pen or stylus, and it works much better. Hopefully, Flashforge improves this in future models. The AD5X features several important electrical components. Here are some of the key ones. The motherboard uses a dual-core Cortex-A53 processor with 8 GB of built-in storage. It also comes with silent stepper drivers and supports both 2.4 and 5 GHz Wi-Fi. On the firmware side, it supports features like pressure compensation, automatic leveling, vibration compensation, and extruder temperature calibration, also known as PID tuning. The AD5X also uses a pressure sensor for bed leveling. With one click, the printer automatically measures the distance between the nozzle and the build plate. Based on that data, it applies automatic compensation without any manual adjustment. There is no need for leveling tools or manual Z-offset tuning. This helps ensure a clean and consistent first layer every time.
One of the standout features of the AD5X is its IFS system. Honestly, I was quite impressed with it the first time I used it. From loading the filament to watching the printer automatically switch colors, the whole process felt smooth and easy to use. What I really like is how compact the system is. The IFS unit mounts directly to the side of the printer, creating a cleaner setup and taking up less desk space than the AMS Lite from Bambu Lab. In terms of performance, I didn't notice a huge difference between the two systems. Since both use a single nozzle, they still need to purge material during color changes, so filament waste depends more on the model than the system itself. That said, the AMS Lite still feels a little more polished when it comes to software integration. But considering the price of the AD5X package, I think Flashforge did a really good job with the IFS system. It's definitely one of the main reasons to consider this printer. Overall, the Flashforge AD5X is a great choice for anyone just getting into the 3D printing world, especially if you're interested in both single-color and multicolor printing. This printer handles single-color printing really well, from small parts to medium-sized prints. And when it comes to multicolor printing, the IFS system works extremely well. It handles automatic filament switching smoothly, making 4-color printing much easier than you'd expect at this price. The CoreXY motion system is fast and stable, print quality is solid, and it supports a wide range of materials, including flexible filament. Setup is simple, and features like auto bed leveling and power loss recovery help keep the overall experience stress-free. That said, there are a few downsides to be aware of. The resistive touchscreen doesn't feel as responsive as a modern capacitive screen, so navigation can feel a bit clunky at times. The base version also lacks built-in LED lighting and a camera, which makes print monitoring less convenient right out of the box. And because it's an open-frame printer, it's not ideal for high-temperature materials, and multicolor prints do produce extra filament waste due to purging. At the end of the day, if your priority is affordable and easy multicolor printing, the Flashforge AD5X delivers great value.
That's the end of this video. Hopefully, after watching it, you'll have a clearer idea of whether this printer is right for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.